She had a reputation for being feisty. The sensation we experienced as they revealed the baby. We had to be sure not to miss it. This one was too important for us to overlook. It's possible that Princess Charlotte will become well known sooner rather than later. King Charles loves his grandkids, as everyone knows. But what he did at the recent French state supper was extraordinary. He bestowed a unique and unexpected new title on Charlotte in front of everyone, which was an unexpected move. Princess Catherine and Prince William appeared astounded as well. What's the new title? Why now? And what does this mean for Charlotte's future in the royal family? Is the question that everyone is now asking. Let's get started. Princess Charlotte's new royal title. The whole audience fell silent in shock when it was revealed at the French state banquet that Princess Charlotte would be getting a new title. Charlotte's expression spoke for itself in the midst of all. It was a momentous occasion for the little queen, one that obviously took even her by surprise. She was filled with shock, delight, and perhaps a hint of, is this really happening? Charlotte's enthusiasm, however, was what really got the audience talking, not King Charles's choice. Because the twist is here. This was not intended to occur. Not yet, anyhow. Traditionally, before a title like this is awarded, certain procedures and requirements must be met. Charles, however, didn't wait. He proceeded to completely omit those processes. Everyone is now wondering why this was an obvious instance of royal partiality. Or is it all a part of a larger picture? A daring, progressive scheme from the monarch himself? To find out, keep watching. Princess Charlotte has carried a unique type of royal weight since her birth on May 2, 2015. She was always thought to be important to the monarchy because she was Prince William and Princess Kate's second child. And even before she stepped foot on the scene, that role was safeguarded by Queen Elizabeth II. Male primogeniture was abolished in 2013, when the Queen signed a change to the Succession to the Crown Act. Because of the antiquated arrangement, younger brothers were able to pass older sisters in the line of succession. Thus, when Prince Louis was born, Charlotte's position in the royal hierarchy was unaffected. Simply by being born at the right time, she created history. And that's not all. Another historic adjustment was made by Queen Elizabeth II before Charlotte even arrived, subtly guaranteeing that she would be titled Princess. Only the eldest son of the Prince of Wales would automatically become a prince under the previous regulations, which were established by King George V in 1917. Charlotte and Louis would never have been regarded as royals if it weren't for the Queen's intervention. However, Charlotte was born with her full title, Her Royal Highness, Princess Charlotte of Wales, thanks to that legal amendment. That she dresses in a way that goes beyond ceremonial wear. It has to do with ancestry. Being born into a royal family rather than being married into one, Charlotte is a princess of the blood. That difference is important. That's why her mother, Kate, doesn't actually have the title, even though the public and media frequently refer to her as Princess Kate. Kate, like her predecessor Princess Diana, is a princess by marriage rather than birth. Since Prince William succeeded Queen Elizabeth as Prince of Wales in 2022, Charlotte's full name reflects her father's current title, Princess Charlotte of Wales. Charlotte was known as Princess Charlotte of Cambridge prior to that. She was also known as Princess Charlotte of Cornwall and Cambridge for a short time after William was made Duke of Cornwall. Her titles vary along with her father's. Additionally, that might not be the final transformation we witness. If custom holds true, Charlotte might be given a new title when she becomes an adult, particularly if she gets married. According to royal custom, the monarch's male offspring and grandchildren usually get a peerage upon marriage. Furthermore, Charlotte is already the subject of conjecture. In his biography, Our King, published in 2023, royal analyst Robert Jobson disclosed. King Charles III, the man and king, disclosed that he had long planned for his granddaughter to become the Duchess of Edinburgh. Prince Edward, Charles's younger brother, presently holds that title, which is only valid for life. If Charles or William decides to pass it on when it returns to the crown, it may be given to Charlotte. The title of Princess Royal is another royal treasure that is still in the works if that doesn't work out. That title can only be held by one lady at a time, and Princess Anne currently owns it. However, if Prince William is king, he may grant the title to Charlotte when the time comes, and it becomes accessible once more. It would be the greatest tribute to her position as the monarch's eldest daughter. Therefore, while what transpired at the state banquet may have appeared to be an impromptu act, it could actually be the start of something much more significant. One thing is certain, Princess Charlotte's future is being written in before of our very eyes. Whether it be as a future duché, a fast-track title, or the coveted Princess Royal. and it's developing more quickly than anyone anticipated. However, it's possible that there is more to this narrative than titles and regal customs. Perhaps it has to do with something far more intimate, a grandfather's relationship with his granddaughter. Because this is the one thing that's becoming more and more obvious with every public appearance. Charlotte's bond with King Charles and her royal ancestry may be equally important factors in her ascent to prominence. The bond between King Charles and his granddaughter. Even though Princess Charlotte is just 10 years old, her relationship with her grandfather, King Charles, is already drawing attention from both inside and outside the royal circle. This isn't your normal grandparent-grandchild relationship, according to royal insiders. It feels more like an unsaid friendship, something warmer, something distinct, and some closest to the royal family say it has only gotten stronger in recent years. The 76-year-old king has been visiting Windsor Castle more and more lately. Adelaide Cottage, where William, Kate, and the children reside, is only a short distance away. Charles has obviously seized the ideal chance to establish a genuine connection with Charlotte because of their near closeness. Charlotte, according to others around them, makes the king think of himself, vivacious, fiercely independent, and not afraid to voice her opinions. Amaya Ariareta, a children's clothing designer who has clothed Charlotte since she was a newborn, and has met her multiple times, characterized her as a sweet, determined, and opinionated young girl. And according to Princess Kate, Charlotte already has 2 brothers and is the head of the household. That sounds a lot like Charles's signature style of strong-willed leadership. However, there may be another explanation for the king's affection for his granddaughter. Ingrid Seard, a royal biographer, claims that Charles once hoped to have his own daughter. That dream was never fulfilled. It's almost like fate handed him another shot with Charlotte, though. Charles probably has a really good relationship with his granddaughter, Seward disclosed. And a lot of people think it's because she fills a gap in his heart that has never fully healed. Indeed, Charles was spotted sporting a vibrantly wrought friendship bracelet the previous year. In private, several conjectured that it might have been a handcrafted present from Charlotte. According to reports, she made those very bracelets over her summer vacation. Perhaps it's a tiny gesture, but it conveys a lot about their relationship. There's more to this story if you travel back in time. The late Princess Diana disclosed in her autobiography, Diana, that Charles had always desired a daughter child. She acknowledged that Charles had always desired a girl when she found out Prince Harry was a boy. He wanted a female as well as 2 children. Apparently, that desire never completely went away. Charlotte is now establishing herself as a confident and competent royal as she enters her own spotlight. She's a natural when it comes to royal events, completely at ease and always ready to step up, a palace insider told People magazine. However, that does not imply that everything will go smoothly. The royal family is all too familiar with the difficulties that come with being the middle child and, more significantly, the heir's spare. According to royal historian Robert Hardman, Queen Elizabeth herself was aware of the stress that comes with being second in line. She therefore harbored affection for Prince Andrew, Princess Margaret, and even Prince Harry. It's difficult to be second in a rigidly hierarchical family. As Hardman put it, everyone is conscious of that. Indeed, spare's function has never been straightforward. The trip of Prince Harry is sufficient evidence of the emotional burden it bears. Therefore, one of William and Kate's main duties is to help Charlotte navigate that intricacy. According to reports, William views it as a component of his work. Making royal life less daunting for his children is just as important as getting ready to become king. With that balance in mind, the Wales are already bringing up their kids. They are gradually exposing them to royal duties while preserving their privacy. For the cameras, Charlotte will be more than simply a princess. She will eventually be a working royal full-time, with all the responsibilities that go along with it. The good news is that she won't be working alone. Princess Charlotte has all the proper people by her side as she enters her royal future, including a loving and understanding grandfather and a supportive family. And even at such a young age, that solid foundation is already evident in the way she interacts with people, and how she conducts herself at formal gatherings. How the public is always charmed with Princess Charlotte. Princess Charlotte has always shown an indisputable charisma that makes her stand out. She is naturally on the front line because of her well-known family and royal heritage. People are fascinated by more than simply her name, though. It's her. Charlotte is already displaying indications that she has fully inherited the charm that the women of the royal dynasty share. Prince George and Prince Louis, her siblings, each have their own distinct charm. Charlotte is the one who effortlessly steals the show. She is also subtly becoming into the royal family's hidden weapon, much like her mother, Princess Catherine. Starting on May 2, 2015, when she first appeared outside St. Mary's Hospital, Charlotte has been melting hearts since she was cradled in her mother's arms. However, there is a hint of spiciness to go with that sweetness. As Charlotte gets older, her cocky, self-assured side becomes more apparent. And a lot of people have compared her to her great-aunt, Princess Anne, because of her unique blend of sass and charm. Both ladies have demonstrated a special capacity to balance a strong sense of duty with being expressive and engaging. Charlotte appears to have inherited it naturally, and it's uncommon. When Charlotte interacts with the public, this harmony of courtesy and intelligence is most evident. Even though she has always been in the spotlight, it wasn't until recently that we truly got to see her personality come to life when she appeared in public. And she has managed every situation like an experienced professional. On Christmas Day of 2019, when she was only 4 years old, she had her first encounter with the public. At Norfolk Street, Mary Magdalene Church, Charlotte attended the customary service with her family. She greeted the public as she strolled with Prince George and her parents following the service. Charlotte took center stage alongside her older brother, while Prince Louis, who was only a toddler at the time, stayed at home with their nanny. Charlotte accessorized her deep forest green Amaya coat for the special occasion, with black tights and traditional black Mary Jane shoes. As they moved through the crowd, Prince George, who was 6 at the time, grasped Prince William's hand. Princess Catherine and Charlotte remained close, and the two of them charmed the audience. Charlotte politely accepted an inflatable pink flamingo from a woman and offered the giver a heartfelt embrace and appreciation. Charlotte came across as self-assured and quite mature, according to a different fan who gave her a doll and told Sky News via People. By June 2022, Charlotte had become even more accustomed to her role, and at the age of 7, she traveled with Prince George and her parents to Cardiff and Wales for Queen Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee celebrations. The woman recalled, "Her manners are outstanding, but she's cheeky. She wasn't at all scared." In addition to being a significant royal milestone, the visit was also Charlotte's first time visiting Wales, and the public was ecstatic to meet her. Charlotte and George were able to witness the excitement of the celebration firsthand at Cardiff Castle, where they mixed with the crowd, participated in the festivities, and even had a little fun. There was a particularly memorable moment when musician John Quirk handed Charlotte a conductor's baton, and she led the orchestra in a performance of the Encanto hit, "We Don't Talk About Bruno." Initially shy, Charlotte soon warmed up and began to laugh with George as she tried. And Princess Catherine later revealed that both children had a musical bent. Leading the orchestra was Charlotte's forte, as she was learning the piano and George had taken up the electric guitar. She was charming, self-assured, and totally relaxed once more. Princess Charlotte made another memorable appearance a few months later, in August 2022, this time at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. While George and Louis stayed at home, she went to a swimming competition with Prince William and Princess Catherine at the Sandwell Aquatic Center. The outing gave Charlotte a rare opportunity to spend time with her parents alone, and she obviously loved every minute of it. Her excited cheers and applause were captured on camera as she followed the races. After the swim event, Charlotte visited Princess Catherine's Sports Aid House, where she met athletes and staff, shook hands with everyone she met, and impressed everyone with her poise. Charlotte looked adorable and mature all at once in a black and white Rachel Riley dress with a Peter Pan collar, white sandals, and her hair styled in neat pigtail braids. Charlotte, who spends most of her time at home flipping around and doing handstands, made eye contact, introduced herself with confidence, and handled the experience with maturity well beyond her years. Later that day, Charlotte joined her parents for additional events, including a gymnastics competition, which obviously thrilled her. As Catherine joked to the Daily Mail, Charlotte spends most of her time upside down, doing handstands and cartwheels. Charlotte was obviously in her element, and by the end of 2022, after the family's first holiday season without Queen Elizabeth II, Charlotte was a well-known and adored presence at royal events. As usual, the Wales family attended the Christmas service at St. Mary Magdalene Church, this time with all 3 children, including little Louis, who made his debut on the Christmas walk. Princess Catherine held Louis's hand, allowing George and Charlotte to greet well-wishers more independently. The new King Charles III had just taken the throne, but customs persisted. Charlotte looked festive and familiar in a cranberry red coat she had also worn to royal carols together at Christmas 2 weeks prior. But what really stood out was her warm, mature presence. In 2023, Charlotte continued to shine, chatting sweetly with fans and graciously accepting flowers from the crowd. The royal family participated in a number of activities to commemorate King Charles's coronation, such as the Big Help Out, a national campaign to promote volunteering. Prince William and Princess Catherine took all three kids to a Scouts event in slow motion, which was a more laid-back day, and Charlotte seemed to enjoy every moment of it. It was a rare moment of royal downtime, and Charlotte looked like any other 8-year-old girl, playing, laughing, and enjoying the outdoors. She painted, played games, and even tried her hand at archery, before joining her brothers around a campfire to roast marshmallows and make s'mores with other kids and volunteers. She wore a pink Ralph Lauren sweater, denim shorts, and a scout scarf around her neck. The entire event gave the public a new and more relatable view of the royal family, and Charlotte was in the spotlight once more. By Christmas 2023, the Wales children were experts at the yearly church walk, and Charlotte's increasing self-assurance was evident. Charlotte wore an olive green coat, black tights, and her go-to-black Mary Janes. Her hair was styled in 2 delicate half braids, pulled back with the middle part, which was age-appropriate and polished. Charlotte walked with her cousin Mia Tyndall, who is the daughter of Zara and Mike Tyndall, and smiled as she greeted people. When a fan offered Charlotte another bouquet of flowers, she turned and motioned for Mia to accept them, instead of taking them for herself. The video went viral, and people praised Charlotte's thoughtfulness, kindness, and maturity. One comment read, "Princess Charlotte is so kind and thoughtful." Another said, "Every time we see her, she's so sweet and precious to others." Whether she's leading an orchestra, taking a pink flamingo from a fan, or brightening someone else's day with a kind gesture, Princess Charlotte is demonstrating that she's more than simply a royal child. Poised, kind, sharp, and full of personality, Princess Charlotte is emerging as the kind of royal the family needs right now, someone who is relatable, grounded, and refreshingly real. If the last few years are any guide, we're only just starting to see what she is capable of. Tell us what you think about Princess Charlotte in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You'll love the next video that appears on your screen.